Many of you don't know that you can actually study in Lithuania at an affordable tuition fee without even an Ielts. Yes, in this video I'll show you how to study in Lithuania, list the universities that don't require Ielts. I'll also be dropping some amazing scholarship options. I'll give you the exact website you need to start applying today. I'll also be giving you the steps for your visa process. Yes, people might be confused on how to go about applying to a Lithuanian school and actually the visa process. Now, you don't even need an agent to do this one. I will tell you everything on this video towards the end, so make sure you watch this till the end. Okay, now, why should you even study in Lithuania? First of all, cost of living in Lithuania is one of the lowest as we speak right now, and a student can live comfortably on at least 500 to 800 euro per month. Secondly, tuition fees are extremely affordable, starting from just 2,000 euro to 4,000 euro per year for many English taught programs. Thirdly, why should you study in Lithuania? Lithuania is part of the Schengen zone, meaning your student visa allows you to travel freely to 26 European countries. And lastly, many of their universities accept a medium of instruction certificate instead of Ielts. So this means if your previous education, either your high school or your bachelor's degree, was in English, then you are good to go. Okay, now let's dive right into the universities you should be checking out. Now, the very first university I'll be talking about today is the Vilnius University. Now, this is the oldest and the most prestigious in Lithuania. They offer English programs in business, IT, life sciences, and even social sciences. So you might want to check this one out. Number two, I'll be talking about the Kaunas University of Technology, like that's KTU. So this particular university is known for engineering. So if you are looking into studying engineering programs or IT and even management programs, you can actually check this one. Okay, and their tuition starts from 2,000 per year. You can check that as well. Number three, I'll be talking about the Vytautas. I think, is it Vytautas or Vytautas? I'm not sure if I'm calling that right, but it is Vytautas Magnus University. Now, this university offers programs in social sciences, humanities, law, and music. People, check this one out. Okay, now number four, I have LCC International University. Now, this particular one is an American style liberal arts university. They have affordable tuition fees and also a strong international community. You might also want to check this one out. Now, number five would be Mykolas Romeris University. So this one is popular for law, public security, and international relation programs. You can check this one. They also accept students without Ielts. Okay, now the best part, scholarships. Now, I'll be telling you the available scholarships for international students in Lithuania that you might want to look out for, but this is after you have applied. Okay, we also have the Klaipeda University. You want to check this out as well. They have so many English taught programs, and the truth is they actually give admission, so you might want to check this. This is another bonus. Well, there are many universities you might want to you can check them out. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to be mentioning a lot of them, but I will leave the link so you can check as many as you want. Okay, now let's talk about the scholarships in Lithuania. You can apply for the Lithuanian State Scholarship Program, and this one actually covers full tuition fees for some selected master's programs, and it also includes a monthly stipend. Again, don't quote me wrong, most of the scholarships in European universities or European schools are usually granted while you are already admitted and studying at the school. Okay, please don't quote me wrong. So most of them are granted while you are studying in the school, and it is based on academic records. They also have the university specific scholarships. I mentioned one similar to this one from a Portugal university. So they had this one, but that one was different. So in this case now, for the university specific scholarship in Lithuania, what you have to do is you check for those universities I mentioned, or the ones that you want to check. Okay, like from this website now, check on those universities that I've called so far, and then after you've checked, check if they have scholarship options, check how you can apply, because most of these universities offer scholarships that are worth up to 50% or even 100% tuition waivers, but they require good academic records for you to actually have the scholarships. Okay, now they also have the Erasmus plus mobility scholarship. Now this one is dependent on the kind of program you are going for. Okay, so if you enroll in a participating university, you could also qualify for Erasmus funding to study in other European countries for a semester. So it depends on the program you are going for. Now let me summarize or briefly tell you the application process to study in a Lithuanian university. Now first of all, you visit the official website for the university. You can actually come to this studyin.lt. That is the official website for most of the schools in Lithuania. So for you to check for, instead of going to each university, this one will be easier for you. So you come here and then you search for your preferred English taught program using the filter. Now step 2, you want to prepare your documents, your academic transcript, your high school university certificate, your passport, your medium of instruction certificate, or if you have an Ielts, you can also include that. Okay, each of the schools will tell you the required score and the expiration date of the particular proficiency they want, if you have a proficiency that you want to actually use. But if you don't, and your previous English is, your previous degree was taught in English, you don't need to provide an IELTS. You just have to submit that certificate or show that you actually studied in English. Okay, now your CV, your motivation letter and references, if they require that from the particular university you are applying for. So make sure you take your time to read through all the requirements, knowing what each university requires for application. Every university have different requirements. Not all of them use the same thing. So make sure you read through each university, check for their requirements and apply accordingly. Okay, now step 3, you have to submit your application online through the university portal, okay, or via the official apply.eu platform, okay, or the multiple Lithuanian universities platform. Okay, now the step 4 is that you have to wait for your admission letter or the conditional letter. Then you proceed to the Lithuanian embassy in your country for your student visa application. Now I want to call out something here. Now for you to apply to Lithuanian schools, especially for bachelor's program, this is very, very important. Now this is an updated information. To apply for bachelor's degree, you need an O-level result and either HND or OND from Nigeria if you are applying from Nigeria. So now if you want to apply for a bachelor's degree in Lithuania, you cannot just use your high school certificates. You must have had either a HND or an OND for you to apply to study for bachelor's program in Lithuanian universities. Please, this is very important so that you don't wonder why you were not granted admission or you're not given visa. One of the two, but most times admission is actually the most important because you have to first get admission to the universities. Okay, now this will depend on the universities as well, so check for their requirements. Okay, now application fee is currently 150 euro to apply, and the school will usually check your application and then they will invite you for interview depending on the school. Again, you will also be given either an admission letter or a conditional admission letter. Okay, now tuition fee, now for courses like IT and nursing, you have to pay your full tuition fee for the year. Okay, the full tuition fee for the first year, and then send the receipt to the school, then start the visa process. Okay, I think I saw one computer science at one university here. I think it's that KTU. It's about 1,800 euro per year, if I'm not mistaken. So just check again. I can't start checking on all the schools because it's going to take time, but this website would help you filter the ones you want for, cheaper and affordable tuition fee as well. Okay, now for bachelor's degree students, you cannot come with your family. Even when you are studying, you cannot invite your family. But as an MSc student, for a master's degree student, you can't come with your family immediately. But once you are already in the country, once you arrive, you have to be there to invite your family. Okay, now there is a visa processing platform. I mentioned it earlier for Lithuania, and this process is done on the Mirasverse portal. So you have to verify your migration, verify everything. When you filled out the form, you have to merge all your documents in PDF format. Okay, I would also like to call out that Lithuanian minimum wage as of now is 1,045 euro. So you should at least have 7,000 euro and upwards as your bank statement for Lithuania visa process. Okay, now print this out. Print out a closing bank statement showing this or more, and then upload it there on that portal. Number 4, The medical insurance is needed as well. You need your medical insurance for your visa process. You have to upload that as well. Make sure they're in PDF format. Then number 5, you need your police character. For Nigerians, you have to authenticate it at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs first in Abuja. Send it to the Nigerian Embassy in Lithuania for legalization, which would cost you 80 euro presently. For extra verification and then attestation, then they will take it back to your university for final legalization before you can upload it on the Migrate portal. So the whole process is taking a little bit longer, which is why you have this video, so you have enough time to go through all this legalization thing, verification thing before you start your whole process again. So get your documents ready before admission, because currently they've ended admission for this September semester. So get your documents ready to apply for the next academic section. Okay, that's why you have this video coming your way. Now, after uploading all the documents, you usually give them about 24 hours to go through the documents. So once everything is correct, you're likely to get a response within 24 hours. Okay, now next, once everything is in good condition, you can now book an appointment at the Lithuanian Embassy, either at South Africa or at the Philippines, because you can't use the one in Nigeria to go for visa processes. They just help with legalization, but they don't do visa processes for those in Nigeria. Now, other countries, please check if you have Lithuanian Embassy in your country. Okay, now for the South African Embassy, when booking an appointment, you can either choose the temporary residence permit or the student residence permit. You would also be charged between either 320 euro or 350 euro for the residence permit. Remember, Lithuania gives you the residence permit first before the visa. So they kind of give you the residence permit along with the visa. So you already have your residence card while traveling to Lithuania. So that is why they are charging you that amount of 320 euro or 350 euro. Okay, so once you've paid, you wait for your decision, and after submission, then you can go pick up your card. If you've gotten a positive decision, then off you go to Lithuania. And please remember to learn languages. Okay, learn languages to help you integrate properly into these countries before you even travel. While you are preparing your documents, learn the language, understand the culture of the country you're going to, get yourself prepared. And if you have any questions, you can always ask in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.